Welcome to a special episode of Astroneer. We're going to be talking about the topic of buttons. There's been new features added where you can use sort of a logic system and configure certain buildings. What I haven't seen, at least currently, what I'm about to do now. Most people use it for the actual buildings. I just found a way to use it for the actual vehicles. So this one right here in particular will be a shout out to One Last Midnight, where I was trying to do a similar system, but he did it first, so I noticed it was pretty good. So I just implemented kind of the same setting. He uses the new arms, pickup arms here. Normally he uses it, but he had it on the back end, and then whatever he grabbed in the front, he will put it on the second vehicle. In my case, I did one where it's only one, but not only that, it's also you can actually turn it on and off right here. Right now it's off. Turn it on. We'll activate it. So what's going on is I actually did the button pressing here. So anything that's on the back connected that gets triggered by the buttons, I think it's either C or V last time I checked, I can turn it on and off on will. So probably you can do other stuff, right? Now this is just the most basic form I've done. I've been grabbing all the stuff right there. I turn it off again, nothing happens. Turn it on, grabs it. I go into the next step. So I try to do a configuration where it uses a storage sensor so it can detect. It was technically originally meant to, once the storage was full, it will let me know. I think the light works better. Now the problem is I put the horn there. I would have to put it someplace else, because that horn would pretty much every time I press the button to turn on the arms, it would also does the horn, so it doesn't work. You see, it's not doing the storage sensor process. But this configuration, if you don't want to do like a train, you can have the big storage in the front where you can just grab any of the big items in the meantime. I'm personally hoping, because System Era always does the famous, it'll go with the small version then medium. I'm hoping in the future we'll have a medium-sized arm that can grab like surge items. The good thing is it's grabbing the junk, turning it into the little scraps, fragments that the game has. Now just to show you about the sensor when it gets full, it's about to get full in just a moment. There, the storage being full got triggered, so that's the horn that it did. I'll use the light in the future, but this is just to show you, because that way you can experiment on your end. It's full, it can't storage it, so it's just holding on to it. Alright, here, what I'm going to show you about this one is, most people, for some reason, there's some videos I've seen that when they're grabbing the storage sensor, they're pulling it all over the place here. And you just have to put it right there, just one single one, and when you use, it will trigger them all. So you don't have to be like going one by one. Perfect. Alright, same thing. So using the concept of the vehicle, press the button, launched it, just so you can see it again. So I only have 2 pins officially set up on the storage and the button there in the front. So trigger the button. Perfect. A little bit too loud. Alright, so continuing. So I decided to play around with the I forgot the name for it. Thing that does the path. Anyways, So if you just want to do it really quick, if you want to pave the road, what I did is I just attached 2 rockets in the back. That way, if you want to speed things up, you can just boost yourself. Right now, there's a level 3 drill in the front. Of course, this is creative, so bear in mind you would have to have more canisters, but this is just to use an example. Actually, they're up behind playing. If there's something else. Alright, so here I was trying to use the rocket as a propulsion system. The problem is, of course, if you try to connect it, you can't do much. So you would either just have to use it just by itself, play around with it, but thanks to the new button system, that's where we got what we're getting now. We did a system where the button is connected to a big storage like this one, and it has the rockets attached. And now you have a boosted train. With that paver idea, you can make a road, and then with a system like this, you can just pretty much have a fast traveling, pretty much big train. Because back in the day, you couldn't do it because you would have to put the rockets behind, and you wouldn't be able to use it for the actual train. But now with the button system, now you can use it. In this one, I was trying to do a 6 version, but if you noticed, the power from the top ones is just too much. The bottom one is fine, you see, but then once I add the other 4, it's pretty much uncontrollable. You can't control it. It's just too much speed. But what happened is, now that I noticed that, the best thing happened where I implemented the same system when you saw the 4. I'm calling it the Cherubin rocket system because it's 4. But now we're gonna do the Seraphim rocket system. So this is me testing the one-time rocket. It only lasts 6 to 7 seconds, so it's not worth it. The Hydrazine thruster is the best one right now. There we go. So you notice now I'm going to use the 6 storage on the side, put it on the back. You already seen the 4 version of it. This is how pretty much I set it up. Grab the button. There, I put it in the middle, fragment it, and now, this is a stronger version because I have a huge tail train behind it. It doesn't go crazy. So right now, if you're trying to carry a lot of stuff from one place to another, you can just implement that rocket system right now. First, you're gonna use a lot of hydrazine, but if you have more than enough, you can just do a road, and then just do that train section. Also, this is the other part where if you're having difficulties climbing, this rocket actually manages a lot of the steep hills. I believe you can actually just go straight vertical and it will work. This is an example right there. I stop. This is me trying to just go up without it. Of course I can't. And the moment I activate it, boom, it's just going up. Even in those tight situations, that system will just get you out of it. Not too much struggles. You go in a straight, it's really, you just get boosted. Normally, traditionally, I wouldn't have it on all the time, but because I'm in creative, I'm just testing it out. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode. See the last part right now, just to give you an example. This is just using the share version. So you notice I can do like a long road, activate the system, and if I had a very long straight, I can just take advantage of it. You're having problems going up. Easy solution. Just doing the jump. I think that's another way of travel. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Astroneer. I feel like there's a lot of things that can be done with this system. But I hope you really enjoy it. And I'll leave you with the last bit. Or at least don't try this one. It's really not worth it. You have no control over it. Alright, take care. Mobius out.